This week on Dancing with the Stars, it is 90s night with some special music performances including notable hit songs from the 90s. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka Dancing with the Stars Superfan, back with another video, and we have only 2 weeks left until the finals, which means the competition is coming down to the wire. I consider myself a 90s person because I was born in 1996, and I love the 90s. Whether it's 90s Nick shows, 90s movies, 90s music, you name it, I love that kind of stuff. When you remember these things as a young child, it is always great to look back on those memories. Our 8 remaining couples danced to 90s music, and they also did the dance relays. They usually do 3 in one matchup, but for this season, it was only 2, and we have our first double elimination of the season. Also, if you guys like this video, or if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and smash that like button, and ring that notification bell to get notified for more Dance with the Stars content from my channel. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, before we get right into this video, I just want to send out my thoughts and prayers to Aaron Carter's family and friends because a couple days ago we recently found out that Aaron Carter has passed away. So, Aaron Carter will be sadly missed by everybody. Now, let's get started. First up is Trevor and Emma dancing the salsa to Barbie Girl by Aqua. Len said it was so much fun, but he also said that his legs had too much flex. Derek also loved the dance, but he noticed some awkward moments, and Carrie-Anne said it was a bit hoppy at times. Even though they had some minor issues in that dance, it was still a good dance. I love the tricks the most in that routine, and I love the both of them portraying Barbie and Ken. So the judges' scores are Carrie-Anne an 8, Len a 9, Derek an 8, Bruno a 9, giving them a 34 out of 40. Next up is Shangela and Gleb dancing the samba to Spice Up Your Life by the Spice Girls. Even though Derek noticed some issues with her legs in that dance, the good news is he won't take anything away from that dance. Carrie-Anne said that samba was lit, and Len said sometimes she loses control. Other than that, it was a fantastic samba, and this ballroom audience went crazy. So the judges' scores are Carrie-Anne a 10, Len a 9, Derek a 9, Bruno a 9, giving them a 37 out of 40. Next up is Wayne and Whitney dancing the salsa to Motown Philly by Boyz II Men. As they were dancing, he was relaxed, he matched very well with Whitney during the entire routine, and I loved everything about that dance. Even though he has been busy doing Let's Make a Deal, he was able to balance his schedule really well. So the judges' scores are, they were all 10s from the judges, giving them a perfect 40. Next up is Daniel and Britt dancing jazz to Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode. This dance was also heartwarming because he told us his story on how he was adopted as a baby and didn't really know his biological mother until he got older. We also found out that his biological mother just passed away, so my thoughts and prayers go out to Daniel and his family. Just like what Niall did back in season 22, there was a moment where they were silent dancing. Out of all the dances that they have done throughout the season, it was his best dance that he has ever done by far. So the judges' scores are Carrie-Anne a 10, Len a 9, Derek a 10, Bruno a 10, giving them a 39 out of 40. Next up is Heidi and Artem dancing contemporary to Ironic by Alanis Morissette. Len said that this dance didn't suit her very well, and Bruno said it could have had more fluidity in that dance. To be honest, it was an okay dance, but not as good as her other dances that she has done. So the judges' scores are Carrie-Anne a 9, Len an 8, Derek a 9, Bruno a 9, giving them a 35 out of 40. Next up is Gabby and Val dancing the samba to Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin. Derek not only did his Len impression as he was saying a lot of good things about that dance, he said that this was the best samba that he has ever seen on the show. That samba had a lot of spice in it, and the technique in that samba was perfect. Before they were about to reveal their scores, Derek and Bruno both took their shirts off because they were fascinated by the way Val took his shirt off during the second half of the routine. So I figured it was kind of hilarious that they did that. So the judges' scores are, they were all 10s from the judges, which is a perfect 40. Next up is Vinny and Coco dancing the tango to What Is Love by Hadaway. Len loved the fact that this time he was in hold. Bruno noticed that he was skipping at times in the tango because you can't skip while you're doing the tango. Carrie-Anne said it was fantastic, but he still needs to work on his technique. Although the judges' comments were kind of mixed, they liked some parts of the dance, including myself, but the technique was the main issue in that dance. So the judges' scores are Carrie-Anne an 8, Len a 7, Derek a 7, Bruno a 7, giving them a 29 out of 40. And last up is Charlie and Mark dancing the tango to Song 2 by Blur. I really like the fact that she had all the qualities that it needed in a tango, and she is the only person on this season to be born in the early 2000s. This dance got Carrie-Anne to her feet as she was clapping. Len thought it was clean, and he also liked the change of speed in that routine, which is awesome. So judge scores are, there were all 10s from the judges, giving them a perfect 40. Now let's move on to the dance relay round. Season 23 participant Vanilla Ice, En Vogue, Salt and Peppa, and Kid and Play perform one of their songs during the dance relays. In this round, only one judge will give an extra 5 points to the couple who dance better in that matchup. The first matchup is Daniel and Britt versus Shangela and Gleb doing the Cha-Cha-Cha relay to Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice. This matchup was judged by Len. Shangela and Gleb went first, then Daniel and Britt went last, and Len gave Shangela an extra 5 points. The second matchup is Trevor and Emma versus Vinny and Coco doing the samba relay to My Lovin', You're Never Gonna Get It by En Vogue. This matchup was judged by Carrie-Anne. Vinny and Coco went first, and Trevor and Emma danced last, and Carrie-Anne gave Trevor and Emma an extra 5 points. The third matchup is Heidi and Artem versus Wayne and Whitney doing the samba relay to Shoop by Salt and Peppa. This matchup was judged by Bruno. Heidi and Artem went first, and Wayne and Whitney went last, and Bruno gave Wayne and Whitney an extra 5 points. As Wayne went on last as they were doing the samba relay, I definitely knew that he was going to get another 5 points because he danced a little better than Heidi. And the fourth and final matchup is Charlie and Mark versus Gabby and Val doing the salsa relay to Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody by Kid and Play. This matchup was judged by Derek. Charlie and Mark went first, and Gabby and Val went last. This final matchup was definitely a nail-biter. So with that being said, Derek gave Charlie and Mark an extra 5 points. Now let's take a look at the leaderboard from the scores that they received from their first dance, including the points added up to their scores that they received from the dance relay round. A two-way tie at the top of the leaderboard with 45 points are Charlie and Mark and Wayne and Whitney. Shangela and Gleb with 42 points, Gabby and Val with 40 points, Daniel and Britt and Trevor and Emma tied with 39 points, Heidi and Artem with 35 points, and Vinny and Coco at the bottom once again with 29 points. So the best dances of the night were Charlie D'Amelio, Gabby Wendy, and Wayne Brady. And the improvement of the night is Daniel Durant. Now that we got to everything, let's reveal the results. The 5 couples advancing to the semifinals next week are Wayne and Whitney, Daniel and Britt, Gabby and Val, Shangela and Gleb, and the last couple advancing are Charlie and Mark, while Vinny and Coco, Trevor and Emma, and Heidi and Artem are the bottom 3. The couple at the very bottom and eliminated immediately are Heidi and Artem, so it all came down to Trevor and Emma and Vinny and Coco to face off in the judges' save. Derek, Bruno, and Carrie-Anne vote to save Trevor and Emma, while Vinny and Coco are also eliminated, and Trevor and Emma have earned their spot in the semifinals next week. There were at times Heidi danced pretty good at some of her dances, but there were moments where she wasn't all that good. She was also a judge's favorite in which a lot of fans didn't like. When her and Charlie get out of Dancing with the Stars, their relationship will be closer than ever, just like it is. I do appreciate Vinny coming onto the dance floor and giving it his all, and Coco did a good job during her very first season. Even though there were moments where she didn't have the choreography that was suitable for him, they were able to overcome some of it. Just to let you guys know that this was Coco's very first season as a pro. She was still getting some experience on what she can do during the next foreseeable future of her Dancing with the Stars career and all of that. But the positive side though is, Vinny lasted longer than Snooki and the situation, and he placed 1 place higher than Snooki. In my overall opinion on the 2 couples that were eliminated during the double elimination, I feel like those 2 were the right couple eliminated, and I didn't expect for Trevor and Emma to make the semifinals, so I was really surprised. Next week will not only be the semifinals, they will be having another double elimination as our 6 remaining couples, Wayne and Whitney, Charlie and Mark, Trevor and Emma, Daniel and Britt, Shangela and Gleb, and Gabby and Val will battle it out to ensure their place in the finals in 2 weeks. This is going to be a very tough one, so you don't want to miss that. So anyways, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with the Stars Superfan. Catch you next time. Oh, one more thing. Tomorrow is election day, so don't forget to cast your vote tomorrow.